workout training session. Okay. This is where we teach you how to train, how to lift the weights correctly, how to use proper form, so that you can, and how to use a full range of motion, so that you can build muscle faster. Okay. So guys, let's get ready. All right, I'm going to let a few people join up, and then we'll get started. We're just getting all the videos ready and everything. We're going to train the arms, chest, and shoulders. That's what we're going to do today. Get ready. Take your pre-workouts and take them quick. So we are going to get jacked up today, guys. Definitely, we're going to try to add some muscle, get a good workout. Take your pre-workouts, guys. Get ready. Muscle, fitness, bodybuilding. We got some people on the TikTok are joining up. So we're going to train the biceps, the triceps, shoulders, the chest. Hope you guys are ready. All right. Also found out a good silver stock. Guys, remember to join my Patreon too for the full list of gold and silver stocks and my list of cryptocurrencies. All right. Join the Patreon if you want to get in on the trading, the stock trading. Right now, this is a bodybuilding session. Okay. Come on, guys, join up. See if we can get a few more people to join. All right, guys. So, you got to get your workout gloves on. One of the first things we do is get our gloves on, so that it doesn't callus up your hands too bad. Always remember to wash your gloves too, once a week or so. And then we have to get our warm up. All right. So let's get our warm up in. Just gonna do a few curls. All right, getting warmed up now. You got to warm up a little bit. One second. All right, here we go. We're going to do a set of push-ups now. All right. One, two, three, four. That's just a warm-up. So, you know what? I want more weight. I want to beat them. Ready? We got 15 reps. 15. So these are weighted push-ups. So if you don't have a bench press, you know, put some weights in a backpack. You could start with a 25-pound plate, you know, something like that. And then, because you can only build so much muscle from just regular push-ups. So you got to add weight. And then these are very demanding, okay? It's a lot of weight, a lot of push-ups. So after every set, you got to rest. I say rest for about 2 minutes or more. Because after 2 minutes, your heart rate should come back down a little bit. You don't want your heart rate to come back down to baseline, but you want it to come back down a little bit. So you're going to be not winded for your next set, okay? So like I said, 2 minutes is good to rest. While we're actually resting, let's check out the arms. A little bit bigger than 36 centimeters. So we'll see if we can get them up to 38 centimeters by the end of this workout. We're going to get the arms pumped, all right? Are you ready? 17 reps that time. $17, not bad. Remember, you gotta drink your water. All right, I'm gonna do one more set of push-ups, and then we'll get started on the arms. So, we got to rest so I can hit at least 15 reps. I got to hit at least 15 reps on the next set. What's up, everybody? Hit that subscribe button, guys. All right, guys. Resting for the next set. We're going to do another set of weighted push-ups. I have, I think, about 30 pounds in the backpack. So we're going to shoot to get at least 15 reps. Are you ready, guys? All right. Put your backpack on. Let's get down on the floor. All right, guys. That's how you do it. So, as you saw, I did one set with a backpack with 30 pounds, and then I took it off, and I kept on going, okay? That's called a drop set, all right? When you're doing stuff like that, you don't need a lot of volume. That's it. I'm done with my chest, okay? When you go to failure and you do a drop set like that as a finisher, you're good, you know? I don't think I need any more work on my chest. Now we can move on to the arms, what this video is all about, how to build big biceps. Okay, guys, look at my boy out here putting in work. Thank you. Weight vests are the best. Is 40 pounds, 60 pounds. Yeah, I got to get a weight vest. Dead on, dead ass. I'm going to get one soon. I'm going to get a weight vest. So now we're going to get ready to train the biceps. So let's put some weight on. Whew. Here we are. What's up, fruit bag? And I actually wanted to do a little bit of shoulder work, okay? So I'm actually going to start. I did the major muscle group first, the chest. Now I'm going to move on to the shoulders, and then we're going to finish up with the biceps and triceps. That's the way that I think it should be done. All right, so let's just do a little bit of work on the shoulders. Nothing too crazy today. Let's just do some bent over lateral one arm raises. Okay, guys? So get your dumbbells. Let's go. That's really what you want to strive for, guys, is to hit 12 reps. You want to have a pretty heavy weight too, okay? But very small, bro. Keep it up. Let's do the left one. You know what? Since you said I'm small, I'm going to do another set of push-ups and put in the real work. This is something which you can't do. You can't do that. Let's see you put in the work. Let's see the haters put in the work. They ain't going to do it. That's it. That's enough, guys. When you're hitting a set like that and you're feeling weak, you're feeling fatigued, that's it. You don't need to do any more for the chest, you know? There's no point in going beyond failure, okay? 0 contraction time. Well, you'll see when I get to the biceps, okay? I already did for decades. I'm massive and don't eat right and drink and lift. This guy has 20-inch arms. Damn. Well, he probably has good genetics. He's just bragging about his genetics, you know? That's okay. I'll let the guy brag. He can have his, put in his 2 cents, you know? All right, guys. Let's get it. How's that for contraction time, noob? Yeah, it's genetics, right? When you almost hit at failure, hold the weight at the bottom portion for a few seconds. Huge pull in the long tricep head. Okay, I think that's good advice. Because, yeah, that's one way you can go beyond failure without needing a training partner, okay? You get that huge stretch on the pecs. Oh, yeah. And when you do that, yeah. You're cooked in 2 sets. I'm going to failure, then stretch the fuck out of the bottom portion. Yeah. Let's get a little sip of water at that. This guy thinks I'm going to be cooked already. You're cooked, bro. You're cooked. You're chopped. You're chopped. All right. Let's do another set for these shoulders. There we go. All right, guys. You have 2 rear delts, bro. Currently have 0. Love the dedication. The 0 lat build is sick. All right, guys. I got to rest for a second. We're doing good, though. We're doing good. So I did enough for the chest. You know, I'm not trying to go crazy. We did enough tricep workout when I did those weighted push-ups. I feel like that hit my triceps enough. And we hit the shoulders enough. Did a few sets of side lateral raises. I could do a few of these, but I'm going to do a heavy bicep set right now. We're going to do real heavy. Are you ready? Abs next. Yeah. All right. We're going to do a heavy set for biceps, all right? Ready? All right. This is how much weight we're using. Get ready, guys. That's a good set. That feels good. I used to curl 4 plates. Dang. All right. Let's hit the left arm now. All right. That's how it's done. Let's check them out, guys. A little bit bigger than 37 centimeters. I think we can get them a little bit more pumped. What do you think, guys? Let's go.
Hello, Moto.
All right, guys. Now, let's check it out. Let's check out the pump. Starting to see spots. It's only 37 centimeters. Oh, shit. I'm scaring myself in the mirror, guys. And I'm natural, too. Bodybuilding to the maximum.
This is how much weight we're using. All right.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Shit, dude. Yeah. I have what's called a sleeper build. All right. I look real weak until I get pumped. And then I ain't weak anymore. Then I look like a completely different person. That's a sleeper build. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I pump up pretty good. Shit. Would you be working out the cord as well, or just the arms and shoulders? The cord? Just the arms and shoulders. Oh, the core. The core. Yes. You know, you train your core whenever you do push-ups. Also, when you do pull-ups, you're training your core as well. And then, you know, should I train my core right now? I could do some crunches, you know. But you're right. I don't train my core enough. You are absolutely right. Mike Mentzer, he was one of the few bodybuilders that believed that you should build your abs as well. But back in that day, abs were kind of bad because you wanted to be able to do a full vacuum, you know. You wanted to be able to suck your stomach in. So many bodybuilders didn't train their abs, but Mike Mentzer did. And I believe that to truly get freaky looking abs, you have to train them. You really do. To get freaky abs, you got to train them. Okay? You don't know shit about Mentzer. You don't train like him at all. No, I don't train like Mentzer all the time. I believe his strategy was great. You did see how many sets I did for chest. I only did like 3-4 sets. That's it. How many sets do people that do high volume do? They'll maybe do 12 sets for chest. I did 4. Weighted push-ups. Okay. How many sets did I do for biceps? I think I only did 3 or 4 sets for my biceps. That is like the Mentzer way. Okay. Mentzer said you should basically warm up and then do 1 set to all out failure. That is not exactly how I train. I have more fast twitch muscle fibers. Okay. You shouldn't not train like Mentzer. Just like you shouldn't train your legs like Tom Platz. Mentzer had his own unique genetics. Okay. Mentzer won the genetic lottery. He was a genetic freak. How he should train is different than how you should train. He might have had more fast twitch fibers. I believe Mentzer had more fast twitch fibers. I have more slow twitch fibers. So my body benefits from hitting the reps in that higher range, 10 to 12 to 14 reps. Okay. For Mentzer, he did well to do 1 set, you know, but they say, Franco Colombo said, he said, Mentzer used to teach that you should only do like 1 set, low volume. But Franco Colombo said that Mentzer did both. Franco trained in the same gym as Mike Mentzer, and he said that Mike Mentzer also did high volume sometimes. He said he trained both ways. Mentzer adopted his unique view because, for one, it is somewhat supported by scientific evidence, somewhat, but mainly because it was different and it was an idea that he could sell. He knew in his head, he was very smart, I'll make up this new way of training where you don't have to train a lot, you don't have to spend a lot of time in the gym. And he made his money from selling his training view, his way of training, But this is not the best way to train. The best way to train, I think, is with a moderate volume, train for hypertrophy, have more volume, okay? But every once in a while, I do train like Mentzer, one set to all-out failure, because I believe that it's good to switch it up, all right? I can feel the fibers right in here. You talk a lot, man, but what do you think about short-range motion expert? What do you think about short-range motion expert? Okay, concerning your range of motion, generally it's a good idea to have a full range of motion, okay? Meaning that you take the weight all the way down, and then you bring it all the way up, okay? However, there are some exercises like, for example, squats, pull-ups, and push-ups where you don't need a full range of motion. You have to focus on the part of the motion that's hardest on your body, okay? So for pull-ups, the hardest part is when you go from here to here. That's really one of the hardest parts. So a lot of bodybuilders, they go and they go and hoist it up, and they don't bring their head all the way up because they don't care, because that's not an important part. When you bring your head from here to here, that's not important. The most important part is from here to here. This part doesn't really matter that much. Same thing with the bench press. For bench press, your sweet spot is like from here to here. When you go here, you're then using your triceps to lock it out, okay? So when you do your bench, you want to stay like this. You don't need to lock it out. Plus, if you lock it out, that'll take the tension off of your pecs, okay? So with the bench press, you do not need to lock out. Sometimes it's better to have a shorter range of motion if that range of motion is in the sweet spot, okay? You'll even see Ronnie Coleman, when he squats, he doesn't come all the way up to the top. He doesn't go all the way down either. He has that sweet spot. That's one of the reasons he became number one. The other reason is massive amount of steroids and some of the best genetics in the world. But Ronnie Coleman did not use full range of motion, okay? Bro, you 19, you look older, man. I'm 39. Nice chain. Yeah, this chain has got an ounce of gold in it. 1 ounce. This is a serious chain. Yeah, that's right. It's all about muscular tension. Yeah, you don't have to lock out. As soon as you lock out, you take off that tension. It's all about tension and time under tension. And it's all about getting that stretch. It's all about that stretch too, especially with the triceps. You got to get that stretch, all right? When you stretch it, you're going to break down muscle fibers. You're going to tear them apart. And then your body's going to make that area inflamed. It's going to send more blood to it. And your muscles are going to get a little bit swollen because you just worked out. And when you work out, you increase muscle protein synthesis. So every time you train, your body's going to be trying to absorb all those amino acids to grow and build. But the idea of Mike Mentzer was he believed that if you train too hard, you can actually regress. You can lose strength. And I believe this is true. If you train too hard too often, it's not good for your tendons, okay? Your tendons take a long time to grow. First thing that it improves is your cardiovascular system. Second thing that improves is going to be your muscles. Third thing that improves is going to be your tendons and your ligaments, okay? That's why it's not good to do steroids, because your muscles will grow huge, but your tendons will not keep up. That's why you got to be a natural lifter, okay? And if you decide to use steroids, you have to really know what you're doing, all right? Really know what you're doing, or talk to an expert like me. You want to go to competitive side of bodybuilding. I do, yes. I'm all natural, and I do believe that if I got on some gear, my body could get to the next level, and then I do believe I could get on stage, compete with people like Sebum, and other professional athletes. So I do believe if I jumped on the gear, I could be good enough to get on stage because I got a lot of knowledge of the dietary side and knowledge of training. I don't want to do powerlifting. I want to do aesthetic shows, bodybuilding. Okay. I want to do bodybuilding shows. I don't know a thing about tendons. That's all you need to know is that, tendons are a very hard piece of, a collection of amino acids and proteins that attach your muscle to the bone. The tendons hold the muscle onto the bone. Okay. So like with your bicep muscle, you got a tendon that comes down into here and it attaches to your bone, and that gets you the leverage so you can then lift weights, And like I said, the tendons grow the slowest. Your cardiovascular system is the first thing to improve whenever you start weightlifting. Second thing is going to be your muscles. You're going to get stronger. And then your tendons, like I said, they take the longest to heal and to get stronger. So you don't want to actually increase your weight that fast. If you find you're getting super, super strong super quickly, tame it down a little bit. Okay, that's how you get injured. You just start going heavier and heavier and heavier each time you go do the bench press. That's how you hurt a tendon. Trust me, I did it. I have a really good mind-muscle connection, so I can lift a lot of weight. When I really get my head into it, I can lift a lot of weight and I'll hurt myself. That's how good my mind-muscle connection is. It's so good that I can produce massive amounts of strength and I've torn a muscle that way. Just doing 12 reps, just going as heavy as I can for 12 reps. I tore something in here before. Why you don't just bulk and cuts to achieve a nice muscular mass ratio? He says you should bulk and cut, okay? You've never torn shit. I've damaged this shoulder because I was shoulder pressing 140 pounds. I used to do 140 for 10 reps. And that's how I hurt this shoulder, because my muscles were growing too fast for the connective tissue. Okay? Why is your shoulder so small? Well, I don't think they are that small. My shoulders are small because I only weigh about 170. If I weighed about 200, my shoulders would be bigger. So, yes. Genetics, yes. Most men, their shoulders do grow pretty fast because of genetics. You have a lot of androgen receptors in there. So men, your shoulders are going to heal quickly. So you should be able to train them twice a week. You should be able to work out your shoulders twice a week. Tore my brain tendon off the pea brain. That's a funny one. I like that one. I like that. That's a real classy one. Very funny. Very funny. So guys, any questions about natural lifting, natural bodybuilding? I'm here to answer any questions you guys have if you want to gain strength. Nice chain. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, it's 10 karat gold, 97 grams. So it is a nice chain. This chain is worth about 3,500. Do you want a supplement that will actually grow you, or are you going to act like a know-it-all? Do you want a supplement that will actually grow you? Yes, I do want a supplement that'll grow me. Right now I take Cissus quadrangularis. I take creatine. I take raw organic perfect food from Garden of Life. I take raw meal from Garden of Life. I take a lot of different supplements. I take a calcium. That's why, okay, that's all bullshit, bro. You've shown it. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Shown what? But yeah, guys. So any questions about bodybuilding today? Read the above comments. Don't worry about these trolls. Yeah. Yes, creatine is very good. Creatine is going to help volumize your muscle. You have to drink a lot of water when you take it, okay? Drink a lot of water. And it'll make your muscles look a little bit more full. And it'll help you get a lot of strength as well. You'll get much stronger on creatine. You could increase your bench press about 10% if you take enough water and everything. So creatine is going to make you a lot stronger. You will gain a pound of muscle a week. No, you can't gain that much muscle a week. You cannot gain 1 pound of muscle a week. Unless you are taking steroids. Older acid and piperine. I've heard of that. You have to take it with piperine because uracilic acid has lower oral availability. Okay. That's why they say take turmeric with black pepper, I think, too. It helps the absorption. Is milk a good protein source? No, milk is for baby cows. Milk is not for humans. Milk is for babies. So I don't drink milk. I take a organic plant-based protein drink. Do not take milk ever. I believe milk is only made for baby cows. John, order them, bro. You will thank me. Yeah, maybe I'll order some up. Why is milk not good? It's genetically designed for baby cows. It's not for people. And they did all the studies. They figured out that the more glasses of milk you drink, the higher your risk of fracture. So when you take milk, it's very acidic. So your body has to leach calcium out of your own bones to neutralize the acid. Because what's more important? Absorbing the calcium from the milk to grow your bones or keeping your body alive? Because your body has something called a pH level. Your pH level has to be perfectly balanced. Otherwise, you could die. So when you drink milk, it's so acidic that your body wants to lower that acidity level. So it leaches calcium out of your bones. Like your calcium comes out of your bones, goes into your bloodstream, and neutralizes the acid. So that's why milk is actually bad for your bones. So the dairy industry, they're selling tons of dairy, and they're making money for the medical industry too, because people go to the doctor with osteoporosis, blah, 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 and that's how the doctors make money, from treating diseases using medications, okay? So when you drink milk, it's very bad, very bad. So, James, the cows are stressed the hormone profile of the milk is ruined. Oh, yeah. They give cows massive amounts of antibiotics, too, and growth hormone. And sometimes they give cows trenbolone pills. You know what trenbolone is? It's a very powerful steroid. They shoot pills inside the cow, like the actual pill. They'll shoot it inside, and then it'll dissolve, and the cow will get the trenbolone and just get huge. And then the farmers make massive amount of money. But yes, they also give growth hormone and steroids to the milking cows too. And it's not good. It's not good for you. Bro, I'm a lot of sugar. Just answer the questions and you're making 20 people think that you don't even care what they're saying. King Cloud, piperine, and other things in powder or what? Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad I could at least make something interesting. Just do lots of Coke and you'll end up putting in the work at the gym. No, cocaine is going to be detrimental to muscle growth. It's going to stress your nervous system to the max. And guess what? Your body has to heal your nervous system. Once you stop doing that Coke, your body has to recover from that. So how are you going to be building muscle when you're on Coke? Because all your recovery ability is going to go towards recovering your central nervous system from the Coke. Okay, so these drugs will damage your nervous system, and your body's going to spend all its resources healing that part of your body. How can it devote the resources to the muscle when your nervous system is stressed out to the max? Okay, so the only way you can build muscle on Coke is if you're also combining it with other steroids, your Test, Deca, D-bol, Equipoise, Primobolan, whatever, Trenbolone. And a lot of people will do this. They'll take steroids and they'll take drugs. And this is the way, this is going to shorten your life. Okay, you're burning the candle at both ends. Okay, so uracilic acid isn't cheap, but it's super effective. All right, I never heard of it. What you think about marijuana when it comes to apple peels? As far as marijuana goes, you know, you'll see a lot of high performers do smoke weed. I think this is to keep a mental balance, you know. It's hard. Sometimes high performers are way too overly focused. So I think the cannabis can help them. And it can actually improve your productivity a little bit. So I think cannabis is definitely good for muscle growth and for focus. And then you can take sativa during the day and then indica before bed. I think the best benefit of marijuana is to help you sleep. I only do this before I go to sleep. That's the only time I will ever smoke, just because it helps relax and then fall asleep a lot easier. The more sleep you get, the more muscle you can build, you know? It's not for everyone. Oh yeah, cannabis is not for everyone. No. Because some people get their heart races on it, you know. Some people just don't do well with it. I've seen people that they just don't like it. So Cloud, are you jacked? I'm jacked. But yeah, thanks for all the likes, everybody. We got 2 thumbs up. We got 2 thumbs up. Really appreciate you.
All right. This is how much weight we're using. Get ready, guys.
Genetics outlier for sure. Me? No. I'm not a genetic outlier, I don't think. I am lucky that I got good genetics for height, and my shoulder width is pretty good. My chest development is fairly good. As far as the biceps, nothing really special there. I don't have super long biceps, so they can only get so big, you know. Triceps, I feel like my tricep genetics are a little bit better than normal, but I don't know. And my abs, they're not perfectly lined up. My abs are not perfectly lined up, so I do not have great ab genetics. Yes, you can see my abs, but they're not lined up. They're not perfectly symmetrical. That's the number one thing about abs. If you have perfectly symmetrical abs, then you should definitely try to get a lower body fat and maximize your aesthetics. You know, you're very lucky if your abs are perfectly aligned, because mine ain't. I'm a strong believer in neck training, honestly. Yeah. It gives you that nasty look. Neck training. Yeah. Neck training, I don't really do neck training, but some people, yeah, you can get a thick neck like Mike Tyson, and you look like a real beast. Oh yeah. Yeah, neck training, if that's something you maximize, that can make you look like a beast. I don't really do that, but I should. How many calories you eat daily? That's a good question. I don't my calories, but I estimate I probably eat around 2,500 calories a day. Some days I probably only get 2,000. All right. I just go by how I look in the mirror, you know? And right now, I would like to lose a little bit of body fat. So that means all throughout the day, I'm always thinking, maybe I don't want to eat too many carbs. Maybe I don't want to eat too many sugars. Maybe I don't need that bedtime snack, you know? So always have to monitor yourself in the mirror. So see if I'm gaining a little bit more fat right here, you know? every week, even every day, check yourself, measure your arms, measure your waist. This is how you improve, okay? And then if I see all of a sudden, you know, my waist is getting really small and I'm just getting too cut, then I'll throw in some more carbohydrates and go back into full-blown muscle building mode, you know? I'll up the calories a little bit. If I can afford to eat more calories, you know, if I'm super, super cut, super thin, I will add some more calories. You know, I'll start eating watermelons, you know, sweet potatoes, rice. But right now, my caloric intake is very low. I would say around 2,300 because I like to stay light. I don't want to get super, super big. The biggest I really want to get is about 185. That's really my goal, is to get to be a ripped 185. You look like a kangaroo. Your traps are insane. Progressive overload. Yeah, add a little bit of weight. Sometimes you should not add weight each workout because you're just going to be stressing the muscle too much. Sometimes you should have what's called a deload week, where you lift lighter weights or you take more time off. You always have to take a week off here and there, okay? Or have a deload week where you're lifting light weights. That way you make sure that your body is always fully healed, okay? So, but yes, then after a deload week, then you can try adding more weight, you know? Just had put down my cat. Yeah, I think what's happening is, you know, since I started training more, my body's more anabolic. I think I'm burning fat and I'm building a little bit of muscle. I think it's working. I think over the past month or so, I'm starting to look better, you know, and then watch what happens over another 3 or 4 months. I'm going to reduce my body fat even more, and I'm going to add another 5, 10 pounds of muscle, you know, and then I'll really start to look good. Attaboy. Jack Mehoff is in the house. Let's do it, Jack. We're doing good. The gold and silver is doing very well. You see gold is at 3,600. Silver is at 41. The gold stocks, remember I'm into gold stocks, AGQ, the ETF, Silver Corp Metals, First Majestic, Silver, Barrick Gold, Barrick Mining. Okay, guys. So it's going super, super good. It's just we got to get more people on this channel. We got to get more followers, okay? But everything that I'm doing is going amazing. We're getting back into more weightlifting videos, okay? More training, hardcore. So we're trying to take this channel to the next level, do whatever I have to do. But yeah. And I'm checking out this silver stock right now. It's called MGMA, Magma Silver. And I like it. Magma Silver, MGMA. They're not making any money, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when you're in a silver bull market, okay? This is only 11 cents. I have checked this one out. There's only 30 million shares in the float. And the market cap is only 4 million for a silver stock. I believe this thing could 20x. 20x. Okay? It's called MGMA. I'm going to be buying this one first thing tomorrow. MGMA. All right, guys? So, the stocks are doing good, dude. I told you guys, gold and silver mining stocks. If you want to get them all, join my Patreon. On my Patreon, I have a list of the gold and silver mining stocks. And guys, this is your time to make money. This is your time to get rich. It's not your time to sit down and play video games and watch the stupid football game. It's your time to get rich. Take action. Join my Patreon. Buy these gold and silver mining stocks. Not financial advice. You could lose everything. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Guys, we have been 100% correct over the trajectory of silver and gold. We cannot get it wrong, guys. We will not fail. We will not fail our future descendants. We will not fail our kids, our grandkids. This is our time to make the money. All right, Jack? For real talk, dude. We got to get serious. We got to get investing. Okay? Crypto, gold and silver, mining stocks. Do you use side hustles or extra income? I do YouTube. That's what I'm doing right now. We have super chats activated. So sometimes people give me super chats. They give me $2 or $3. This is my side hustle. You're seeing it. I'm doing my side hustle right now. I used to do refurbish computers and sell them, but that I wasn't making enough money doing that. So now I just do YouTube straight up all the time, trying to make extra money. But yeah, we're doing amazing, okay? Check that stock out, MGMA. This guy says I look like a kangaroo because I got big traps. You know, your traps get overdeveloped. The traps are a very greedy muscle. So when you do curls, you're doing that trap. When you're doing freaking barbell rows, you're doing the traps. When you're doing freaking, you know, a lot of shit. A lot of different exercises work out your traps. So you really got to focus consciously and not isolate your traps when you're trying to work out other muscles. Like when you're doing your back, you want to try to isolate your back, not the traps. Okay? I sell carries on video games and have been using that investments, not my actual paychecks. Carries on video games. Wow, okay. That's cool. It's good to hear that you're investing, though. Good. Yeah, think about picking up some silver. Silver's doing really well. I'm actually going to have a protein shake. Today I was rearranging my apartment a little bit. I took out the air conditioner. Starting to get cold out. You know, yeah, we're just focused on getting more jacked, getting more ripped. Trying to take this channel to the next level, Jack. As long as it makes money, it's worth your time, I like to say. Yeah. Well, I don't make any money yet, hardly. We've only gotten about 3 super chats. I've made like $6. But on my Patreon, I've made like 500 and something. I'll show you how much I made on the Patreon. I think we're up to like 500. Here. 598. That's how much money that I have. You guys have all helped. Anyone who joins the Patreon, yeah, I'm up to $600 thanks to you guys. So we do make money on this channel, just not a lot yet. So yeah, $600. I am going to keep that growing and try to use that for my car, for my next car. So we're at $600. I need to be at about 10,000. All right, guys. So we need more people on the Patreon, and winter's coming. So I got to get that car soon. So we need to get this channel growing real quick, really quick. So guys, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for your investments. Kickbacks. Okay. MGMA. Yes. I kind of stumbled upon it, and I looked at the share structure and I said, wow, that's got a low share count. And then the market cap is this small. It's only like $4 million market cap. This is the kind of stock that'll do a 50x. You know, when silver goes to 50, $60, that's the kind of stock that it's gonna fly. So MGMA. I also like Realbotics, XBOT. All right, guys, Realbotics. Another one we're in on is Evolve, EVLV. But we've got a lot of stocks on my Patreon. It's $10 a month, guys. Where were you at locally? Locally, what? This is the best investment. This is the best investment ever. Town or state? I don't really give that away. Definitely don't give that away because there's always going to be hackers and stuff like that. I shouldn't even tell you my name or anything like that, you know. That's just stupid. Definitely can't tell you where I live. So, to finish up our workout, we have a little bit more creatine, protein, and Cissus. I'm going to throw in a little bit more of this. Because it's a very strong healer. You should tell us your SSN and credit card info. Yeah, I'll give you that later. My credit card number is 1111111. And my address is 1. So yeah, my arms are not really getting that much bigger, guys. It takes a long time to grow your arms. It really does. But my goal for the end of the year is to get my arms up to 16 inches. Live in St. Louis, but I'm a solid hour away. St. Louis? Where the heck is St. Louis? Missouri. Huh. Wow. Yeah, you're in Missouri. You meal prepping? No, I don't meal prep because it takes a lot of time to meal prep. So I do not bother with that. But once I transition to doing bodybuilding full time, then I will have time to meal prep. Right now, I've got YouTube as a full-time career, and I've got my full-time supervisor job. So right now, I just don't have the time to meal prep. But yes, I'm going to be transitioning to a full-time bodybuilding and full-time bodybuilding YouTuber. This is going to be a channel that's all about natural bodybuilding. All right, guys. So if you like natural bodybuilding, hit that subscribe button. Jack me off. I already know you're a subscriber. So thanks for that. Thanks for the thumbs up too, guys. We got 4 thumbs up on this episode. That's not bad. Not bad at all. 4 thumbs up. Been trying, but white meat chicken sucks. Leftover dark meat tastes better. I like the dark meat chicken myself. Dark meat, it's a little bit more fatty. It has way better taste. I think it is a little bit more calories. I always go with the dark meat. Yep, Jack Bob's already a subscriber. He's already helped me out. He's already contributed. So there's nothing more that I have to ask of Jack Bob. But we do need to make we do need new subscribers. We need some new people in here. 3,337 subs. We got to really pump those numbers up. 3337. We got to get to 4,000 subs. We got to do it quick. So come on, guys, let's go. We got to hit that 4,000 subscriber mark. I need all the help I can get. Come on, guys, let's go. So, also we've got some calcium here. I have to remember to like take all my pills, you know. Magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate. It's very good. What's up, dude? Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Rocks. And I take these ones. Memory and cognition. It's got magnesium threonate or magnesium threonate. Thoronate. Very good for the focus. You should also take a little bit of caffeine for focus. All right, guys. Haha, done. All right, guys, let's go. Plant protein. Ooh, we got a subscriber, guys. 3,338. Come on, guys. We got to get more. Thanks, guys. Hit that subscribe button. 3,338 subs. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys. We're doing good. But yes, let's check out the price of gold right now. Let's see where gold's at. It's down $5.20. Okay, guys. Every time gold shoots up, it's always going to pull back a little. All right. Now, I wish gold could go up and up and up. It would never even pull back a little bit. But this is not possible. So we are hitting new record highs all the time here. Gold is at $3,632. This is absolutely insane. How much you spend monthly? Oh, for supplements? Probably about a couple $100, $200. For protein powders, this stuff. Calcium, all my stuff, probably a couple $100 a month. And supplements are not anywhere near good as food. There's nothing that beats a good diet. Chicken, rice, vegetables, nothing will beat that. Supplements can help you a little bit. They can help your recovery time a little bit. But you definitely need to supplement with calcium. Some supplements you must take. Calcium is one of those things. All right, guys, hit that subscribe button. We got 6 likes. Hit the like and subscribe. What's up, Big John? Long live King Cobra's in the house. We're just talking supplements. We're talking gold, answering bodybuilding questions, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm here to answer questions, talk about investments, talk about building muscle. I'm a full-time YouTuber. And I'm a supervisor at my main job. I do have a main job. So I'm a supervisor, and then I do stock trading, and then I do YouTube, and I do TikTok. I try to post on YouTube and TikTok every day, multiple times a day. We talk about gold, silver, stocks, and bodybuilding. So hit that subscribe button if you want to start making more money, guys. If you want to get in on some of these investments, let's go. Hit that subscribe button. Do you watch NFL, John? No, I don't watch the NFL. I'm not interested in football. I'm interested in getting rich, making money, improving my physique, okay? So I do not care about football. You know, if I had time to kill and stuff, then yeah, I'd probably watch it. But I don't have time to kill because I got to build a legacy. I got to make that money so I can send my kids to college. I don't have time for football or nothing like that, guys. You got to realize your priorities. Most of you guys, you're doing the wrong thing. You're thinking about the wrong things. You should be thinking about money. Okay? Was studying now watching you in my break. Okay, that's great. Every time you get a break, you got to focus on motivation. Watch people like me that want to motivate you. Okay? The motivation is going to stimulate you for success. And get in on these investments too. Get in on silver. Silver is just starting to get that momentum. It's about to blow. Silver's about to go crazy, dude. Silver is just starting to rev its engines up. It's at $41. $41.30. Guys, as soon as we break over like 43, there's nothing for resistance. Nothing. And then, well, except for $50. Once silver goes above 50, that's when the really crazy stuff could really happen. Okay? That's when the next shot is to $100 an ounce, you know. I'm 38 and retired. I own a house on a lake and have a camp on a lake, and I own my house. Wow. That's good. That's good. Very good. Very good. Very impressed. I'm very impressed. So what is the next thing we need to do after we just got a good workout in? We need to eat, okay? So best bodybuilding meals for post-workout. You're going to be looking at potatoes and some sort of protein. I like to do eggs, maybe some eggs and some rice and some green beans. Mainly after that workout, you want to replenish those glycogen levels in your muscles, okay? You got to have some kind of carbs and some kind of protein for amino acids to actually start to build, you know. I owned a plumbing company that was very, very successful. Yes, amazing. Plumbing is a good business to get into. Plumbing is very good, very good. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Let's go. He was 25 when he started a company. Wow. Very, very impressed. Very good. Sail off into the sunset. Okay. Thanks for the comments. Assets right now are gold, silver, and Shiba Inu. So this is where I am investing my money. This is where I'm putting up my cash, my hard-earned dollars, so that it can multiply. The number one rule of wealth that I teach is that you have to make your money work for you, okay? So when you put your money in an investment like silver, gold, or Shiba Inu, those assets will increase in value, most likely, and you're going to make money from doing nothing except for locking your money up. So that's what you have to do to get hit that subscribe button, guys. Let's go. All right, we better go. I'll see you guys later.